Class 9, let's start today's class, and the topic to be discussed today is the effects of the tilted axis of the earth on day and night. Sounds interesting, isn't it? So let's start today's class. As you all know that the axis of the earth is tilted at the angle of 66.5 degree, right? That is why one side of the earth is always tilted, right? So due to this inclination, the northern hemisphere remains inclined towards the sun during 6 months every year, right? And thus a larger part of the northern hemisphere faces the sun during this period. So this period means during 6 months, right? So every point in this part of the earth remains lighted for a longer time. So there the days are longer than night, northern part, right? Now in contrast, the southern hemisphere is away from the sun in that position, right? That is why the days in the southern hemisphere are shorter as compared to the night, right? During the following 6 months, the southern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, so the days in this hemispheres are longer. Now after that, um, after the 6 months, the southern hemisphere will be inclined towards the sun, and the days in this southern hemisphere are longer than as compared to night. At this time, the northern hemisphere has shorter days. Now, while the southern hemisphere is exposed to the sun, which is inclined towards the sun, in that in that time the northern hemisphere will be away from the sun. So northern hemisphere, the days will be shorter, and in southern hemisphere days will be longer as compared to the night, right? Now, length of day and night. The length of day and night varies from place to place and season to season. To understand the concept, here the diagram is given, which is given in page number 36, and the figure name is figure 3.5. Unequal days and nights due to inclination of earth's axis. So earth's axis, the effects of earth axis, inclination of earth axis is variation in length of day and night, right? So the given figure represents the earth when the northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, as I told you. In the given figure, circle X is drawn parallel to equator. Now just see the diagram here. Now see here, in the given figure represent the earth when northern hemisphere. So northern hemisphere means upper to this equator. This is this part is northern hemisphere, is inclined towards the sun. So the axis, earth axis is tilted. It is not like this. It is tilted. So it is tilted at the angle of 66.5 degree, right? So this is like this. Axis is like this, not like this. Axis is tilted. And so NP means North Pole, SP means South Pole. Now this is your northern hemisphere. So northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun. This is sun rays here. Now in the given figure, circle X is drawn parallel to the equator. So this is circle X, which is drawn parallel to equator. This is equator, and this X circle is drawn there, which is parallel to equator, representing some portion of the earth. Now you can see that the length of the lighted portion of a circle is longer than the portion of dark. So this is dark portion, this is lighted portion. So this lighted portion is what? This lighted portion is what? This lighted portion, the length of the lighted portion is longer than this darker portion. Right? Okay. Even with the rotation of the earth, more than half of the circle will be in the light of the sun, the remaining less than half will be in the dark, will experience night. So we know that the darker portion is night. The places here experience night, and here it's a daytime, right? Now if you put a mark on the circle representing the location of any place and rotate the earth, then out of 24 hours of a day, the point will remain in the light for more than half the time. The day at this point will therefore be longer than the night. So that means here, if you put a mark on the circle representing the location of any place and rotate the earth, so any place on this circle, if you locate any place and rotate this earth, right, out of 24 hours of the day, the point will remain in the light for more than half of the time. The day at this point will therefore be longer than as compared to the night, right? Similarly, see here in the southern hemisphere, this is inclined, when the southern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, any place of this in the southern hemisphere will experience long days and shorter nights. If this is exposed, means if it is like this, if northern hemisphere is away from the sun and the southern hemisphere, this SP, southern hemisphere, is inclined towards sun, what will happen in the southern hemisphere? When the southern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, any place in the southern hemisphere will experience longer days and shorter nights. Now you can also see small circles drawn around the two poles. When the northern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, the small circle around the pole remains continuously in the light. So now you see this northern pole, north pole, this small circle, this is north pole, and this small circle. So this north pole, which is continuously exposed to the sunlight, will have 24 hours day and there is no night, right? Now you see here, in the same time, south pole, which is continuously in the dark, so this south pole will have night all 24 hours and no day. Clear? Now when the southern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, now when the southern hemisphere is inclined towards the sun, then what will happen? The south pole, let me draw here, south pole will come here and the north pole will here. So just opposite to that, the south pole will continuously exposed to the sun. That means south pole will have continuous day and no night, right? And here north pole will have continuous night time, no day, right? So the length of the days and night, this is the reason why north pole and south pole will is having 6 months day and 6 month night, right? Okay, now the length of days and nights are equal at equator. Clear? The days and nights, the length of days and nights are equal at equator. So as one moves to away from the equator, away from the equator towards poles, the difference between the days and nights will be increased. So the different increase so much that the poles experience 6 months long day or night. That this is the result of the inclination of the axis of the earth. Had the axis of the earth not been inclined, days and nights would have equal length throughout the world. So this is the reason of inclination of the Earth's axis, that there is a various, or there is increase or decrease of in length of days and nights, right? So what will what will happen if the axis of the Earth is not tilted? If it is like this, then what will happen? That the length of days and nights would have equal length throughout the world. Clear? But this will never happen because the Earth's axis is tilted at the angle of 66.5 degree. Clear? Okay, now next is effect of vertical axis and that inclined axis. Okay, now look at the two pictures here. One is the picture showing the effect of vertical axis. So the axis is like this, vertical, right? Now second figure is effect of inclined axis. So this is the actual position of the Earth's axis, and the axis is inclined at 66.5 degree. Clear? Now see sun rays coming, rays from sun, and you just see this and see the position of the Earth here and see the position of Earth here. You compare these two diagrams. Now see, in the vertical axis, see half of the portion is towards this which is exposed towards the sun is in a day light, and rest half is in a dark portion, is in dark, we can say. Now see here. Now next is place A at the equator would be at the position of A dash after 12 hours, and A dash position would be like A after 12 hours, right? Now the distance of OA is equals to distance OA dash. So the length of day and night is equal. Place B on the Tropic of Cancer. See the place B of Tropic of Cancer would be at the position of B dash after 12 hours, and B dash position would be like of B after 12 hours. Now see the distance of BX is equals to B dash X. Clear? Length of day is equals to length of night. Now see next one. Similarly, at the poles or at any place on the Earth, length of day and night would be equal if the axis of the Earth was not inclined. So see this North Pole and South Pole. The lengths of day and night would be equal if the position of axis would be vertical. Now see here, this is the actual position of Earth's axis, inclined towards slightly inclined or tilted at the angle of 66.5 degree. Place A at the equator would be at position A dash after 12 hours. Just see the equator here. See this position. This A, place A at the equator would be at the position A dash, and A dash position would be A after 12 hours. So distance of OA is equals to distance of OA dash. So length of day and length of night is equal. Place B. Now whereas place B on the Tropic of Cancer, see this one. I think this length of day is longer than this night, right? Are you seeing here? This length of XB, that is day, is longer than XB dash, night. So this is the position of Tropic of Cancer. Clear? Now place C. Now see place C here. On the Arctic Circle, so this is Arctic Circle, will be at the position of C dash, and after 1 hour, so C remains in a continuous light. In summer, the sun does not set for 6 months, right? As it is continuously exposed towards the sunlight. Now next is just see here. Now see the position of P here. Now P on the Tropic of Cancer, the darker length of the darker portion is more than the length of this light one, right? So what will happen, that the in the southern hemisphere will be the position of P dash after 24 hours and distance PQ. So this PQ is less than the distance of this one, P dash Q, right? So the days are shorter, whereas days are the shorter, whereas nights are longer, right? See the length. Now see in the position of S, this S place S remains in continuous darkness. So continuous darkness, that is why this South Pole, we can say this South Pole, SP means South Pole, the South Pole will experience 6 months darkness, night. Now next topic is the changing of season. So basically there are two reasons for the changing of seasons. Number one is the revolution of the earth around the sun, and secondly the inclination of the earth's axis towards the sun at the angle of 66.5 degree, right? So now the phenomenon of changing seasons can be understood with the help of the earth's four positions and during its revolution around the sun. To understand this phenomena of changing of season, we should have studied, or we should study the movement of the earth around the sun and its four position during its course, or its during its revolution around the sun. So let's start a summer solstice and winter solstice and your equinoxes, this topic. Let's start the topic. So the four positions of the earth during the course of its revolution are your summer solstice and your winter solstice. Third is your spring equinox, and the fourth one is autumn equinox. Right, children? So before this, I want everybody, they're making this diagram which is given in page number 38. Figure 3a, movement of the earth around the sun. So you just draw this diagram. Afterward, I'll start the explanation of the earth's four position during the course of its revolution. So that's all for the day, children. To get better understand of this topic, equinoxes and your solstice, you just go through the chapter, read out, and just draw the diagram of movement of the earth around the sun. Right, children? This is your homework. So soon we'll meet in the next video, and I'll explain this topic. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.